On the survival show today, Forever Skies has got a release date and it's incoming very soon. Nightingale and Valheim get serious enforcing the rules about modding. SolarPunk Kickstarter's gone live and they're already racking in the money. The beta invites for Nightingale have gone out, thousands upon thousands will be able to test it when it arrives in the next couple of weeks. And No Man's Sky has got yet another update incoming. Teases on social media point to either more VR or maybe something to do with apples. It's all here, let's go, it's a survival show. Forever Skies has got a launch date, 22nd of June, so only a few weeks away, and I can't wait to dive into this. An adventure survival game with base building where you can convert your airship into however you want as you try and research various viruses to help you and work out the mystery of why Earth was destroyed. Hopefully you can reclaim it as you scavenge the skies for resources and avoid dangers that lurk deep below, as well as obviously supplies you'll need like oxygen, water, food and more. I've been covering this one a long time and I'll have a more detailed video for sure, but I expect a good, decent single player experience to kickstart early access, and they plan to add co-op multiplayer as it progresses. The release date trailer has just been shown off on IGN today. We've never seen glimpses before at Under the Smog where more dangers will lurk. Hopefully we get a plethora of weapons and ways to deal with it. It's got more of a puzzle vibe than I think people will give it credit for, and I really enjoyed the demos they've had previously. Much more than just Subnautica in the sky, Forever Skies is actually going to be something on its own unique terms. So for sure expect to see lots of guides and gameplay from me on here, this channel, when it releases on the 22nd of June. Unless I've missed it, I can't find any price data, but I'm expecting it to go for around $20 to $30. And like I said, they do have plans to add multiplayer in the future where you can all contribute and build an airship together. I'm hoping they really lean into the virus interactions and not just arbitrary stamina and maybe extra oxygen, but give us really unique buffs and differences. A big part of this game's appeal is the idea that it's going to be more scientific and having to research certain things and get new ways to combat difficult creatures or just the environment. The trailer looks good, a whole bunch of creatures I've never seen in any of the promo before, and can't wait to dive in. So Valheim are reconfirming what you can and can't do with mods for their game. A detailed blog post gives a lowdown on what they really don't want players actually experiencing. To keep it brief and short, some modders are making their mods available behind a paywall, and this definitely goes against the spirit of modding in large, but especially against Valheim's terms and conditions. So it looks like they may come down a little bit harder on anyone that is actually making their mods only accessible via paid support. They've got no problem with you having a donation page, but nothing from your mod should be gated off. It might seem like a small relative problem. There's hundreds and hundreds of, maybe even thousands of mods on Valheim on third-party stores. And like 99% of these are available without having to pay any of the mod makers. But some mod makers do have some sort of premium ship, or they've basically said that their mods are getting stolen by other users or server owners that are now charging for access to these servers. So that is something else you should ignore as well. YouTubers often have their servers gated behind a Patreon, so it's down to you if you want to join and play. And really you can't stop what people are going to do with their servers, but the Valheim devs can make a big point of mod users not having to pay to access mods on their game. It does raise the issue of, well, why don't they just actually have proper dedicated support? With the Steam Workshop, they're able, I do believe, to close down mods a lot easier, and there's some sort of extra moderation and tools they can use to make it more official. As far as I know, after small conversations with the Valheim devs in public before, in interviews, there's definitely some at Valheim that want to do mods maybe in the future, although it's not guaranteed. But right now they're focused on just getting the rest of the game done, and that mods wouldn't be a thing maybe until 1.0, or at least close to it, if they do decide to go down that route. The Valheim devs really appreciate the fact that people are out there making mods, as their post really details. They don't want to stop people making mods, they absolutely love it, but they just don't want anyone being able to be charged to access a mod. Especially when the main assets are, no matter what you say, generated by the hard-working devs that created Valheim. They also want mod makers to make it more official that your mod is not an official add-on. Some mod makers are maybe taking liberties in trying to pass off their own actual mods as something that is officially supported in the game. And for people that don't mess around with mods, well, don't forget we've got the Xbox Showcase coming up on the 11th of June, and I'm fully expecting to see some sort of tease for Valheim then. Yes, it is on Xbox now, and they have got a pretty good deal, obviously, with the Game Pass. So I'm sure, just like last time when we saw the Mistlands review, I'm sure that popped up on an actual Xbox show. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a tease, especially as their last devblog stated that the next devblog they would have, Hilda's Quest, which is not its name anymore, but they would hope that it would be out then. Their blog posts have been going up pretty much on the 24th, 25th of May. So yeah, we've only got about 3-4 weeks till that point. So yeah, I'm fully expecting a tease next week when the Xbox Showcase goes live, which I'll be covering extensively with live streams and of course reaction videos. SolarPunk, a game I told you guys about last week, pretty much survival on islands as you traverse using your airship, building up a nice cozy farmstead with power generated and more. Well, it has now gone officially live on Kickstarter a couple of days ago, and it looks like they're already about to get fully funded. Wow, yep, in fact, just double checking on it today, they've already smashed their £25,000 goal. They're up to nearly 40,000. If you don't know, this is going to be a cozy survival game, alone or together with friends. Construct buildings, grow food, craft gadgets and explore distant lands with your own airship. You'll be using the sunlight, wind and water to create an energy system and automate your process like gathering resources and watering your plants to build your home in the sky. It looks pretty cool. It's been made in Unreal Engine 5. They have got a bunch of stretch goals, as you might imagine, and I think they're expecting some sort of release or at least early access release next year. I do like a bit of coziness, hence why I set up on my second channel, JPG Crafted. And although it's been taken over a bit by Grounded, this is definitely where you would see more content like this on that channel in the future. Looks like you're going to have lots of farm animals that you'll be able to have, base building, and the thing that really sets it apart is that energy management as well, or generation. If that gets incorporated in a good way, not to maybe the level satisfactory, but at least something interesting and a bit more complex than what we normally have, then yeah, I think this could be a winner. I like the idea of also maybe being able to customize certain things. Does look like the airship is pretty bog standard. You'd be powering it by solar energy batteries. But yeah, I'm hoping we will be able to maybe customize it a bit more. It's got all the typical stuff you'd expect. Hunger, food, making sure your stamina and health's okay. Tons of floating islands that you'll have to go around and explore. So I'll leave the link to this. Like I said, I'm not always a big fan of Kickstarter projects, although I have backed quite a few in the last few years. But this does look good, it does look interesting. No Man's Sky next update is looking likely to drop. Maybe this week, probably beginning next. Sean Murray's been doing the usual and teasing these emojis. This normally means an update is about to drop. The last one was Interceptor with Corrupted Worlds, Abandoned Camps, Robot Spiders and more. And this time it's all about some apples. It could be maybe a smaller update than people were expecting. With some speculation it's just there to hype up Apple's VR headset being announced on 5th of June. And No Man's Sky maybe being able to launch and play on it. But I'm hoping there's a little bit more substantial stuff as I'm looking to maybe start a 100 days or 100 planets playthrough. You can find that on my 100 days channel. Nightingale has sent out all of its emails with beta access. Looks like they're adding an extra 10,000 emails so people can take part. Obviously Nightingale has been pushed back now to the fall of this year. It was scheduled to come out in the first half. Be interesting to see how they contain leaks. It's going to be a closed test. You're not able to go ahead and stream or show any gameplay. The beta begins on the 9th of June and it's a nice long one, 10 days until the 19th. So check your spam, check your emails, and if you're one of the lucky ones it will be there. If not, you won't be able to sign up in time for this next one incoming, but you should still sign up as they may still have more beta tests in the future. Lately they have been going over certain things to do with base building, but I'm going to save that for a more in-depth video. And there we go, that's the survival show today. Tomorrow I'll be talking more about Rust's big update for PC and what's been going on with console. Hopefully looking at some more new survival games like Sonorous and a couple of really bad recently revealed survival game trailers that I'm hoping will improve over time. Give me a follow on Twitter to keep up to date with even more survival news, or come join my Discord where you hear everything absolutely first. Until next time, rat bags, laters.